Welcome to the Healthy Campus program on UJTV, and my name is Sally Sithole, and I am your host. This is the place where we tackle all things wellness, all things mental well-being, because we all know as much as it is important to tackle your academics, but it's also important to tackle your well-being because it is crucial in our daily lives. We'll be talking to experts in the industry, students, talking about everything that has to do with mental well-being, the techniques, So join me definitely on this exciting journey on the Healthy Campus program on UJTV. So for our very first guest here on the show, I have Bongani and AC. They are members from PsyCad who are student influencers, and I'm so excited to find out more about what they're doing and how they're contributing to the student life. Bongani and AC, welcome to the show.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much.
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
I'm going to start with you, Bongani.
Yes.
What does PsyCad mean? What is it all about?
PsyCad is, okay, let me start here. PsyCad is a center for students, UJ students to get help. We have three divisions. PsyCad, we have the disability unit, we have the career services unit, and we have the psychology unit. So where we work is the career services unit. Well, yeah, I know much about that. So the career services unit focuses more on work readiness for students. We do CV workshops. We help students to start their CVs from scratch. We help students to update their CV, to give any advice on CV-related matters. We help with interview prep because we know how I can say unprepared some students get when they realize that, oh, I actually have an interview tomorrow. So sometimes they just walk in at PsyCad and say, I have an interview by next week and I need help. Then, yeah, we are here for that. And also, another thing is opportunities that we present to students in the form of career fairs and maybe like workshops from companies. We're just the middleman to all that. We help students to let them know about maybe say we have a career fair and these types of companies are coming. We run workshops and tell them the questions that you need to prepare, so that you can actually know everything and get yourself ready and equipped for the world of work.
Okay. So now, AC, when I hear student influencer, the first thing that comes to my mind is, social media and the numbers you have. Does it matter at all if maybe I have 2 followers? Does it mean that I'm going to become an influencer or I'm going to be disadvantaged? How does it work?
Okay, so I think the key word in student influencer is the word influencer. And for me, how I define influencer is a person who is able to kind of persuade how people think and influence how people act and how people think. So it's not about your followers or your social media page. It's about you as a person.
Okay.
It's more about your physical presence and your impact in the university society and stuff like that. So becoming a student influencer just basically means that you need to be willing to bridge the gap where you feel like students are unable to reach certain things, especially as a PsyCad career services influencer. Most of us are here at varsity because we're looking for a better future for ourselves.
Yeah.
So as an influencer, I think my job or your job would be, if you want to become one, is to just make sure that you provide the services like Bongani mentioned that are suitable or that are needed for you to be ready and prepared for interviews, for jobs, for careers, for just even finding yourself, or for blending into university, for just being that friend that you need, someone that you can talk to, someone that you can ask questions, someone that you can relate with, because you can't go to an office and ask for help. But if you're asking your fellow student who's more relatable, then you're able to get help. So that's what a student influencer is for me. It's basically like a friend and someone who's there to just show you what it means and how you could be a better student at university.
Okay. I love how you've unpacked it nicely for me. So now, how do one become an influencer? Say there's a first year who just joined the University of Johannesburg. They love what you're doing. How do they enroll to the opportunity?
Okay. So for me, how I became a student influencer is that I had initially signed up to the UJ Career Wiz portal. If you
Okay.
haven't, I think that everybody should be. If you're at UJ, you should definitely be on that portal because that's where you find opportunities, internships, programs, fairs, and so on and so forth. And even such opportunities of becoming a student influencer. I found out through the portal, I signed up, and also I just had the desire within me to just help others who struggled like me because I came to varsity clueless, absolutely clueless about what it was going to be about. And I figured out, I found my way here and there. Some people helped me ask questions, and I managed to gain very valuable information. And I realized that there's a lot of people who need that information. And also as an international student, I'm also adjusting to some things that aren't relatable to other students. So I'm able to provide that help, and that's how I became an influencer. Just having that desire to help others, and then also being informed, like being part of the UJ Career Wiz portal.
Okay, so you mentioned that you're an international student.
Yes.
So where are you from originally?
Born in South Africa, but I'm culturally from Congo, so I was
Okay.
raised Congolese. Yes.
All right. So now it brings me to a conversation that I want to tackle with you, Bongani, is, for example, someone like AC, right? They're coming to the university for the very first time.
Yeah.
Probably where they're coming from, it's a small school, high school where they're coming from, and now it's a big institution. How do you help them navigate the student life here at the varsity?
Well, we have a lot of we have a lot of programs on campus. Well, yeah, we have a lot of programs on campus. We have the Academic Development Center one, which is just there to help students, especially with maybe their writing skills, their critical thinking skills. Yeah, they offer a lot of free courses there for students to work on. And then also at PsyCad Career Services, I feel like the help that you get from maybe us as influencers, all the readiness programs that we have, they will help you to find your way around varsity.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So how important is mental health? Do you think it is important? Is it a valuable thing to be talking about? Is it necessary? How important is it?
Mental health is important, especially
Yeah.
at this
Vital.
time, in this era of anyone's life being a student, because you want to tackle so many things at once. You want to tackle your career life, you want to tackle work, you want to tackle maybe something to enrich yourself in
The
life.
social life.
Social life
Finding
also,
yourself.
the pressure of
Yeah.
social life, finding yourself in university. So mental health is very important.
Yeah.
It is important. I would say that I feel like a person that has a balanced mental health is just, I don't know, like you're a superhero or something.
But you literally, I was about to say, like, if you meet someone who's able to, like, who's in a good mental space, or not, no one is ever really in a perfect mental space,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
being in a good mental space just makes you seem as if you're perfect. And the problem with varsity is that everybody's depicted to be okay or better than you.
Yeah.
You know, everybody seems to be doing so much better than you are. And it can be overwhelming. It can be like so stressful, especially as a first year, maybe you come to
Yeah.
varsity, all these kids are dressed cool. Some kids have a group of friends. You know, it's just such a different space, and no one is really gonna show you where to fit in. You have to find yourself in this big place.
Yeah.
And so just your mental health is so important, and just putting that first is one thing that you need to prioritize as a student. Like, you really need to make sure that you work on yourself, and also just being able to identify those things, which is what Bongani mentioned when he said we had 3 divisions, and one of them is our psychological services. So as a student, like, I think the first thing that you need to, like, involve yourself in as soon as you get to varsity is PsyCad. Go there and find out what they have available to help you, because they really are here for every student. And then they can help you with your mental health. They can help you with things that you might be struggling with, navigating where you can fit in clubs, societies, things that you can involve yourself in, and just find a better experience here at UJ in general.
All right. So, but how do you normally navigate to see if students are struggling mentally? Do you go to them, or you wait for them to come to you?
Most of the time, they come to PsyCad because you can't just walk up to a student and say, "You're not looking fine. Do you need help?" You know.
Yeah.
So most of the time, they do walk in at PsyCad. You just do walk-ins, and then you book a psychologist there and then you just go in for a session. You don't have to make an appointment for next month or anything like that, which is very convenient. And also, I just want to add on that first years should really make use of PsyCad as early as possible, especially our division, because our division, like, it helps you from the basics. Because a first year student, when you're a first year student, you have nothing. It's just you and your course. That's it.
Yeah.
So it's really helpful, and also it makes our job easier to know that you are starting from scratch and you're actually building on this. Yeah, that makes it easier than a person that has been there for a very long time. It's like last week we were doing this CV writing strategies and all that.
Okay.
And you'd find students that are doing their post-grad coming in at that time. Then I would ask them, why are you only coming now? Why didn't you come in your first year? And they're like, no, I didn't really know that there's PsyCad and it really helps with these things. So you really need to just explore UJ. It has a lot of opportunities for you to actually be good, and to increase the chances of getting employed, because
including social media as well. Like you can always follow on social media and then you can see what is available.
All right, because I know it can be so overwhelming. I mean, I'm a postgrad student, and the first week I came across a classmate who was not having it, mentally. It was just overwhelming. It's a new institution. She's from a different institution. The pressure at home, the pressure of making it in society, making it career-wise. So it was just overwhelming, so I can understand. But are you doing, like, I don't want to say, but are you doing like enough marketing so that people can know, like, there's PsyCad? Do you think, like, students who have no idea that there's PsyCad, when they walk on campus, they'll be able to see something that there's PsyCad?
I feel like what we are doing is enough. It's just that we're not, maybe at one point, just not going, because we know that APK is the main campus. It's where everything happens. Literally. So it's just that thing of us actually putting more effort maybe on other campuses to let other students know that PsyCad does this. Because most of the time you find a lot of PsyCad posters at APK. You wouldn't find them maybe at DFC or at APB. So maybe that's just on us to actually do more, to actually go out and
And as a student influencer, I think that was the gap that we're trying to breach, because yes, the PsyCad offices can make posters, post on social media, career portals, so on and so forth, but we are the ones who are in the classes with the students. So I think, in as much as we can't control how many people know about this, we can try by all means. That's why I'm saying, as an influencer, personally, I take it upon myself to make sure that I communicate as much as I know about PsyCad, about the workshops that I held, because I know weekly we can have like 5 workshops. So if I know someone who's in that course, I try to post on my own personal social media, and I just try to, like, inform people. If I see that you're not okay, I can't be your therapist, I'm not qualified, but I know someone who can help you. So I'll be like, hey, can I walk you to a counseling session? Can I book for you? Because sometimes it can be discouraging. You're like, even if I go there and I talk to them, like, what's going to change? But they don't understand the power of just talking about your experiences. Someone might say something that is strong enough to really help you, move forward. So yeah, I think that is the gap that we can bridge, that we are trying to bridge as influencers, just talking to our fellow students and seeing how we can help them.
And it's really not embarrassing.
Okay.
It is really not embarrassing walking to the PsyCad office and saying, and some people are just...
What people would say, like, I'm walking, oh my goodness, what would they say?
They literally see when you're walking into the PsyCad office. It's really not embarrassing. You're actually better off going there than just not going at all.
And some people think that your issues are too small for counseling. Nothing is too small. You could be struggling with spelling and you need help. You could be struggling with just the smallest things, and just talking to someone really helps. So nothing is too small to have a counseling session at PsyCad, because PsyCad is genuinely, like, ready and willing to help anyone who needs it.
And it's free.
Yeah, and it's free.
Okay.
That's what I love about varsity. Almost everything except your tuition is free. Yeah.
So you don't have to pay.
All right, cool. No, I love how you guys are, like, unpacking this. But, like, now tell me, what are the challenges that you guys experience as student influencers? I'm sure maybe when you're in class, maybe you're in a group setting and you can see that someone is not fine, and maybe try to reach out to them and they give you some attitude. How do you deal with that?
I'll try. So my challenge would just be, like, getting people to like take you seriously, you know, because I can have valuable information. I can see that you're not okay and I can try to reach out, but you might have a stigma and say, she's just a student. What could she possibly do to help me? So those are my challenges, because I would try to like reach out, but some people would always just rather not talk to you or not share anything. And sometimes another like challenge would be like balancing being there for yourself and also like trying to bridge this gap that you're trying to bridge. Because I can be a student influencer, but I still also deal with the challenges of being at varsity. I still also have mental health issues and academical issues, and I also have to seek that help. And those are things that I struggle with as well. Sometimes I don't want to go to PsyCad because I'm just like, this is just too overwhelming, you know. But pushing myself and really just reminding myself that it's just a journey and I just have to fall in love with the journey, then so those are my challenges.
I'd say my challenge is confidence sometimes.
Oh yeah, that's a
Confidence
big one.
gets to you, because well, now compared to last year, it was easier for us last year because everything was online. You just sit there with a laptop and just talk to the laptop, and so like you wouldn't even think that there's like 3,000 people watching you live. But now we actually have to go into a big lecture hall and talk to students alone
in person.
So so I feel like that's the big one for me, because I would say that I'm prepared. Like I wouldn't mind. I don't mind speaking, but there's a point where I know that I'm gonna break, and that break I'll just pause and just keep going.
All right. No, I hear you.
So yeah, that's the only thing.
I hear you. You know, let's talk about another important issue. The fact that there's a lot of students that I personally, there's a lot of students that I've met in my varsity days when I was still doing my first year, third year. They came to varsity, but what they were studying is not what they wanted to study. It's not what they were passionate about. It's something that they were pressurized by family, by society. So do you often get students who are dealing with the same problem, that maybe what I'm studying, I don't like it, but I have to make my family happy?
I've had the situation last year actually. I was walking into campus, going to the PsyCad building, and then I see this girl crying. She was sitting alone in the grass, the green grass there. She's sitting alone in the green grass, and then I ask her what's wrong, and then she says, I'm trying so hard to memorize all this information. I'm like, oh, just relax, you'll make it, you'll be fine. And then she says, no, like, I am not really confident about this. I don't even like what I'm doing. I don't even know I'm doing it. I'm just doing it because my parents said I should. I'm like, yo, so like, how's this, like, what type of help are you gonna get? And she told me that, like, I am so afraid to go to PsyCad because I'm afraid that they're gonna call my parents, and then my parents know that this and this is happening. And I was like, just go and try to find help, do career counseling, get your parents involved, so that they can also understand that, you know, F7 is not child's play. F7 is not child's play. Getting academically excluded is not, that's like a lot of money going down the drain. So I just told her, just have the guts, and then I went with her to PsyCad to book a career counseling session, and that was the last time I heard from her. Hope she's doing well, I don't know. But these students actually go through a lot.
They do.
They go
It
through a
is a
lot.
challenging
Because
thing.
doing 3 years
Of
on a course
something
that you don't like is
I mean,
it's
you don't
tough.
have motivation to wake up at 2 a.m. and study.
And
don't.
study and write tests about something that you don't understand.
You don't.
Yeah, I think, like, for me, the only way that I think that we could try as PsyCad to help this kind of situations, because at the end of the day is that, we can understand, maybe for the girl that he was talking about, my parents said this, that, but, like, we cannot force your parents to change their mind, because sometimes it could be them who's paying the fees, and, you know, parents can be very, like, closed-minded. They don't want to understand that this is a changing world, and you have to understand a person for what they want. So it's hard, but I think that as PsyCad, we could try to, like, maybe create workshops in which we could involve, like, the parents, not necessarily like get them here, but maybe like send emails or messages to them, just explaining like the importance of allowing children to choose their own path, because money is involved, your mental health is involved, your time is involved, and people drop out. Imagine you send your child to school, and then this child has been in school for 5 years, failing, and then drops out, and then all those 5 years, money, time, everything is wasted. So if maybe they understood what it means to be a student, then that would help, and maybe if we educated these kids, the students, and said, hey guys, like, this is what's happening, and I know a lot of students are struggling with this, and maybe try to communicate with your parents in this kind of way, try and explain to them this type of things, and then maybe they'll be able to have that conversation with their parents and say, guys, this is what's going on, and I just can't continue doing this course, So yeah, I think that's how we could help, because for the most part, it is out of our control, especially if you're not the one paying your own fees. But yeah, just having those conversations and raising awareness about the issue can help with helping it.
No, definitely.
No, because we all know the joy of graduating, right?
Oh, of course, of course.
Yeah,
We all know the joy
yeah.
of graduating. Sometimes I just sit there on the thing while the graduations are still going on.
Yeah.
When I'm free in classes, just sit there, just watch people graduate. It's a type of motivation for me to carry on.
It is, definitely.
So, and watching parents that are happy and their children also happy from the graduating from the courses that they actually wanted to study.
It's great.
It's very great.
And to add on
It's
to
really
that, like, for example, like if a student comes to school and is doing something that they don't want, and maybe the parent is worried about them not knowing what they want, that he said how we have career counseling, like you can come and sit down and say, okay, this is what I am about, and could you help me find a career that is in line with this so that I can be happier. So yeah, that could be a better way, because if you know exactly what you want, you can go to your parents and explain and say, hi mom and dad, this is exactly what I want to do, this is why I'm changing, and this is why I think this is a better path for me to take. And then we can even give you like opportunities that are available in that course that could help you to kind of convince your parents, because in most times you have to convince them.
Definitely. No, I love that. But I can't end this without finding out what has been the best experiences since you have been an influencer, Bongani. Have you had like best experiences?
My best experience
that you look back and you're like, this is something that makes me happy and I live for.
So last year we used to do these industry talks. So an industry talk is where we get a person in the relevant department that you're in to do a live session on how they got to where they're at, to the position that they're at. So last year I had this, I just logged on to LinkedIn. I was like, let me just find a person that has a high position and just try to see if they can actually have a session with me. And then I got this lady from the South African Reserve Bank. She's a senior economist. And then we did this industry talk on my live Instagram. And then from there, she just wanted to be my mentor.
Oh, that is so nice.
So that was the best, because I'm doing economics and she's a senior economist.
Yeah.
So that was the best part. That was the best thing for me.
Oh, I love that. I love that. What about you, AC?
So I'm new. I just started this year. But so far, my best experience, honestly, has just been advertising the workshops. So usually, like, my the head of the influencers will give us like posters and like duties to advertise, and just going around and having students ask me like, what's this about, and just seeing their eagerness to like find out more and be involved is so exciting. And being that voice, that face of PsyCad to tell you guys, okay guys, this is what's going on, try this, go here, this is the date, this is the place, like that for me is very exciting. I just love to engage with students and love to help people. It brings so much joy to me. So just the entire experience in general has been so much fun.
Oh, that is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. We've been talking so much about PsyCad, mental well-being, but where do people actually where do students actually find PsyCad?
So we have social media pages. We're on Instagram, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. We even have some WhatsApp groups where people can just type a link and then we just update in there. We just provide regular updates on any events that are happening. And also, we have PsyCad offices at all 4 campuses.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe there's at one.
No.
Okay.
The one at APK is just the main office.
Okay.
Yeah, we have PsyCad offices at all 4 campuses. And then we have a 24-hour hotline also.
Okay.
Yeah, so at any point you feel like you can't give a call, someone will answer.
And to get all this information, you can go to the office. You can ask them for our social media pages, for the hotline, all the information that you need to know about PsyCad and their services. You can just go ask someone there and they will be willing to help you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's talk about how do you help someone? For example, I'm struggling. I'm not enjoying the course I'm doing at varsity. So how do you now give me like a career counseling? How do you go about that?
So, like we said, you do walk-ins at the PsyCad office, right? And then I think the big thing that they do most of the time is just they have career assessments
Oh,
that they
okay.
do. So they just ask you about simple questions, your interest. Do you prefer working in this type of environment? And they just give you scenarios, what you would rather do, what you would rather not do. I think they match that to maybe the possible faculties that you can fit.
Okay.
And we also have career workbooks on at PsyCad. It's just for like, say you don't have time to do a career counseling session.
Yeah.
They have questions in there for all the faculties, and then they just ask you, are you mathematically good? Yeah.
Inclined.
Do you have strong analytical skills? This course is for you. Yeah. Those are the big parts. The books that we have there, they are very helpful. They have all the tips and tricks to help you in the world of work. Also talking about CV writing, cover letter writing, job searching strategies, your social medias, where to look for jobs. Everything is in there. And also professionalism. Also, you know how important professionalism is these days. Yeah, we have all these sessions on that.
Yeah, even interview prep, all those things are very helpful. And also, we also host a lot of career fairs on campus. Like, if you're on campus, sometimes you won't even know that it's happening, even though we do announce on social media, but you just see sometimes we'll have a career fair where there'll be people who are going to come and just talk to students about a specific career, or we'll have like workshops that are designated to specific courses. So if you're doing accounting, you check on our page, you'll see we have a workshop for that. Or if you're doing anything, it could be anything at all, you just come to our pages, our social media pages, and you'll just see we'll post about workshops, career fairs, and what he was talking about, walk-ins, especially. Like, the walk-ins are so vital because you guys, like, most people need to know where they need to be met. So you know when you're ready for the career conversation. So you go inside PsyCad anytime, any day. You just go in like, hey guys, I need help. 1, 2, 3. Obviously, there's operating hours. I'm not saying come on a Sunday, but I mean, like, you can just go there and say, okay, now I'm ready to talk about my career. How do I move forward? So on and so forth. Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm interested. I also want to become an influencer. Where do I apply?
So they post. First time I saw the post, I saw it last year on Instagram.
Okay.
That's how I applied. And then I saw I saw it on Instagram the first time, and then I just kept on scrolling. I didn't pay much attention to it. And then there was this one day when I was walking from my department, and then I saw it in the hallway, and I was like, oh, let me just actually apply, because I saw that they don't really want a person who's doing maybe a master's degree or a postgrad or something. So I was like, okay, I can actually do this. Strong communication skills.
Can someone who's doing a postgrad qualify? Do they qualify? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We actually do have master's students in this program. I saw it there. Strong communication skills, ability to work with people, social media savvy. And I was like, I can do this. And then I just submitted my CV, and then you get shortlisted for an interview. Then I think that's the big part where they actually see your reasoning and maybe your confidence levels and everything. Because last year when I went, there were like 3 people in the boardroom, the interview boardroom, and then I was just sitting there, a bit nervous at the start, but then
Of course,
yes. But then as time went, And then from that, I got a response saying I was in, and then I was happy.
So if I want to become an influencer, I have to follow you guys on social media to now see the updates.
To know the updates,
Okay.
Or you could sign up to the UJ Career Wiz portal.
Okay.
So that's a portal that UJ provides for students, where they post opportunities, internships, programs, workshops, and all things that are related to you improving yourself in your career. That's where I found out. So I signed up at the beginning of my course of my time at UJ, and I would just like check here and there. And then one day I came across this because I'm studying PR, and I definitely want to be in the industry of communicating to people. So I saw this and I was like, this is a great opportunity for me to actually help people. So I signed up, and then I was very surprised when I got the email. Actually, I was like, "Oh, okay,
it's happening."
Yeah, so I was very excited, and when I did my interview and I got in, I was very, very happy. And I did like make that conscious decision to make my time as an influencer count. Like I was just like, I need to make sure that I help as many students as possible, because I know how much help is needed in varsity. You need as every ounce of help you can get in varsity, trust me. So yeah, that's how I became a part of the PsyCad influencer program.
And just talking about the app also, the UJ Careers,
Yeah.
the importance of that app. They link career opportunities related to your faculty only. They don't show. They don't show. They don't show for all the faculty.
So you don't miss things. Yeah.
So where do I find this thing actually? Do I go on Google and say?
Yeah, I just say UJ Careers.
Yeah,
it's
App
just
Store.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any App Store on your Android or iPhone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then another benefit also to that app is it generates a CV for you. So all you need to do is just type in your details.
So I don't have to do it manually.
You don't. That's the easy thing about it. You just type in your details there, your course that you're doing, your experience, everything, and it just generates it for you. That's the CV that I use to apply for this position.
Yeah, PsyCad is your mother and father. And
Everything.
UJ, literally.
It helps you with everything.
They really help with everything. We are so helpful. I like to say we, because I've just, in my time working there, I've realized how many things they do for students. And I'm like, I need every student to know about this, because it's so helpful.
Oh, wow. I think I'm definitely going to be knocking on your door soon. Thank you so much for joining me today. And of course, myself and Bongani were at the DFC campus the other day, and we were having fun with the students, learning more about wellness. So let's check it out.
Welcome UJTV viewers, and we are here at the Student Welfare Expo. So I'm joined by two beautiful people here from the UJ Campus Health. Can you please introduce yourself?
I am Sizwe Notata, a peer educator under Seashore.
Nice to meet you, Sizwe. And the beautiful lady?
My name is Lungile, and I am also a peer educator / the chairperson of Seashore APK.
So guys, can you please tell us what we're here for? What do you guys do as Campus Health?
The Campus Health, we are a directive that deals with student health and wellness. So we are dealing with your HIV testing and your clinical issues. So all things we do, like in this tent, we are dealing with your HIV, issuing your HIV testing, your HIV learning, and how to prepare yourself if you have some things like diseases, and how to gain knowledge about those diseases. So the Campus Health will be issuing checks on your BP, your vitals, and all those things.
Highly informative. Now we move to the costs. Are those services that are being offered free? What's the cost?
Okay, so what we're doing today is absolutely free, and a lot of services at Campus Health, they're absolutely free. I think the only thing that I know you pay for is for your pap smear, but everything else is absolutely free.
Wow. People hear it, and people, you can access the services for free. Now I would love to know, where can people access the services?
They can go to Campus Health, or find out if they like in this campus, there's the Iowa office. They can either go to the Campus Health or the Iowa office for those services. They'll be directed to where they can move on.
So there you have it, guys. These services are available on all campuses that are UJ. So you better get your health in order. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today.
All right, Sambo, the beautiful lady here, and she's going to introduce herself and tell us why are we here? Why are the students gathered at the GFC UJ campus? And just know more about the services that are provided here. Ma'am, how are you?
I'm okay, and you?
I'm great. You're looking absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. So who are you and what do you do here at UJ?
My name is Theodora Mudise. I'm the coordinator for events for the University of Johannesburg Library. So we're doing a student welfare expo. The purpose for the student welfare expo is to expose students to the services that are available within campus for them. In 2020-21, everything was being done online or virtually. And students came back last year. They were lost on campus. They didn't know where to go, where to start. You can imagine a student who started the first year in 2020. And during their third year, which is 2022, they had to come into campus for the first time. So we saw a gap as the University of Johannesburg Library, and say, what can we do? Because there was also a survey that was conducted by the library, which shows that students are feeling frustrated because they don't know anything that's happening on campus. They don't know where to go and so on. So we as the library said, we can come in handy here. We can help the students, to know where they can go. And we invited all the stakeholders within the University of Johannesburg to say, come, let's do this together. At one place, students will know where to go for what and so on. That's why you're seeing all these internal stakeholders that are offering their services here for the students so that the students can know what to do. For example, if you look at podiatry, this is the Department of Podiatry. They are talking about everything that has to do with your legs, So students didn't know that they could actually go to that department if they have problems with their feet. We've got community engagement department. Students didn't know that they can actually offer their services through the community engagement division. So we've got campus health. In all the 4 campuses, there's campus health. Students don't know if they are sick and they don't have medical aid, they can go to campus health, to get free services. So that's what we are trying to do. We also have a library here in all of the 4 campuses. And students don't even know that we have a 24-hour study area. They can sit there for 24 hours and study for their test or examination the following week. So that's what we are trying to do here.
Wow, you said a mouthful. Definitely, the students do have support, a lot of support, because most of them come to university from different backgrounds, and they're feeling a little bit lost because it's a new environment. But knowing that they have support from different places in the university, this is amazing. Thank you for your job. Thank you for your contribution, and thank you for what you're doing for the students. Thank you so much.
As we've been moving, guys, we have walked our way to the podiatry gazebo. We need to find out more, and I'm joined by a gentleman here who's going to introduce himself and tell us more.
Hi, my name is Boaz Vita, and I'm a 4th-year podiatry student.
Victor, podiatry itself, I see we have feet here. What's happening? Please tell us more.
Okay, so podiatry, mainly we deal with the foot and the lower limb. So your conditions that affect the foot and the lower limb, it could be pain related, it could be skin related, it could be muscle related. So we deal with all the conditions that affect the foot and the lower limb.
At a basic level, how often should one visit you in terms of to ensure that the health is intact?
Okay, so the foot is the only structure that is in constant contact with the ground, right? So if you check, there's no other structure in the body that is in constant contact with the ground. The fact that the foot is 24 hours on the ground means that almost every single day, someone must check their foot or someone must get their foot checked, right? So the foot is a basic structure in everyone's body.
So with that being said, students are freely welcome to come and check their feet. Is that at an extra cost, or is a service that UJ offers to their students?
Well, students pay, but they pay a very little cost, especially for consultation. So there are certain fees that are paid by normal people, and there are certain special fees that students and people who are not working that pay at the podiatry clinic. So students have a special rate that they usually pay.
Wow. Thank you so much, Victor. This has been an insightful conversation. So I would encourage all students to please ensure that you check your feet regularly. You can visit the UJ Podiatry, and that is all from us for now.
So now this Student Wellness Expo is going to help the learners engage and know what UJ is all about. First up, I'm going to just grab one of the students and have a little conversation with them and see what they have to say. Okay, so let me see. Oh, here's someone that I'm just going to grab. She's wearing white, and we were like, we're matching somehow. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to ask you, what is your name and what are you studying here at UJ?
Okay, my name is Purpose. I'm doing my first year in Diploma of Biotechnology.
All right, welcome to the UJ family.
Yeah, thank you.
So So tell me, what are you excited about? I mean, we're here at Expo. What have you learned so far?
I've learned communication skills
Okay.
because I'm a very shy person, and being around people, I have to talk. So that is what I learned. I also made friends. That is nice. Friends doing other causes, which is good. I'm given an opportunity to explore DFC and UJ as well.
All right. So I see you have something in your hand. What's in there? What did you get? It's a bag, a lanyard, a pen,
And a student card holder is, you know, the vibe.
What is UJ Sports about? How many sports do we have at UJ?
I see. UJ Sport is quite a huge club. We've got sporting for ranging from rugby, athletics, cricket, squash. We've got e-gaming. As you can see, the guys behind us here, they're playing e-sport. Got a chess club. We've got squash. So it's quite a variety of sports going around.
E-sport gaming, has it always been there or it's newly introduced?
So e-sporting is relevantly new. That as well is now is improving and growing. And you do also compete against other varsities in certain games. Yes.
How can people join the UJ Sport?
So this is the purpose of this gazebo. It is an information center. We're giving information and contact details of sports club managers, and they can inquire from there, from the managers and coaches, and they can then fit into the schedules of those clubs.
And that is where we leave it today. Thank you so much for joining me. Until I see you next time on the Healthy Campus program, my name is Sally Sithole, and goodbye.
The University of Johannesburg, the future reimagined.